back to our channel. Today we're making homemade bread.
So this is what you're gonna need to make your sandwich bread, just these couple of ingredients. So 1 cup of water. Then next we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of sugar. I only have half tablespoon scoop, and I just use like regular sugar. So we're gonna do 2 half scoops to equal 1 tablespoon. There's a second scoop going in. Thank you, Presley. This is the yeast that I use. And the reason I use like room temperature warmer water is because it helps the yeast activate. So we poured the whole packet in, calls for the whole packet, and then I mix it just a little bit. Sorry, Faith, here, you can mix the rest of it. Just mix around just a little bit. And then I leave that alone for a couple minutes, about 5 minutes. So during that 5 minutes also I'd like to add, I put it in a nice warm place. I usually start the microwave for like a minute and just get the microwave kind of warm, not with the bowl in it, just an empty microwave. I do it for about a minute, warm up the microwave a little bit, and then once it's done, I'll put the bowl with the yeast in there and just give the yeast that kind of warm environment so the yeast will blossom or bloom. Okay. Then the flour. There's 2 cups, so now we've got half a cup. Good job, Pete. Okay, one teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon melted butter. I usually do the stick butter and I do unsalted, but this time I didn't have it, so I just did the good old Country Crock 1 tablespoon. So I have a KitchenAid mixer. But you can absolutely mix and knead this by hand. It would just take a little bit longer. When I've done it by hand, I mix it with a wooden spoon for probably about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I knead it by hands for another, like, honestly, almost 10 minutes. So it's a little bit more work, but it's definitely doable without a mixer. So we're gonna put it on the first setting, which for me is 2, and it's gonna mix like that for a couple of minutes. At most, I've seen it take about 5 minutes. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, so let's see.
It's locked, Mom. Oh, that's thick.
So yeah, that's about the consistency that, oh goodness. Hold it up, baby girl.
I'm trying to. Wow.
So that's about the consistency that we want. I may have to stop filming so I can do this with 2 hands. I'm going to bring it over to my countertop. Just a clean, dry surface. I put just a little bit of flour so it doesn't stick. And then I'm going to knead it by hands for a couple seconds. So I'm going to transfer it to a different bowl only because I'm going to make a second loaf off camera. But I'm going to transfer it to a different bowl. I'm going to cover it with a towel, and then I'm going to let this rise in a warm spot, probably in my microwave again, for 1 hour. So then I have 2 pans because I made the extra loaf off camera, but 2 pans, loaf pans, and then I just butter the sides. Let the air out. It's my favorite part. Then you're going to shape it, just kind of like a rough draft of a loaf shape. Put it in the pan, and I'm gonna cover these 2 just with like a towel. Put it in the microwave again. Don't start the microwave. The microwave is just for a warm environment, but I'm gonna put it back in a microwave. Do not start it. Towel covering it for another hour. All right, guys, so it's been an hour. I've let them rise for a second time. Now they're gonna go in the oven, 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Here she is, guys. So every now and then, I put a little bit too much butter in the pan when that's hot, when I go to bake it. And I think that's what causes what I call soggy bottom. So like down here is still kind of like wet and sticky. So I put it on this perforated pizza pan, and I am going to put it back in the oven just on like a super low, probably 250, maybe for like 5 minutes, and see if it dries out the bottom, because I don't want that to be soggy. So it looks good. Besides that, I want it to last. I'll do this and let it cool for probably about an hour before I put it in a Ziploc bag, but Yeah, last time I didn't do anything about it. This is going to be my second time trying this to fix that. But I think it's probably from me putting too much butter in the loaf pan. So yeah, that worked great. It's completely dry now on the bottom. It's crispy all over now. I'm not sure what the alternative, if you don't have a rack like this, would be. My only guess would maybe just putting it on the rack in the oven. I'm not sure. Try it out and let me know, or let me know what y'all do if y'all have soggy bottom bread. I also really wanted to point out, this is the ingredient list for just plain white bread that we get at HEB. Yeah, and that when I saw that compared to like the couple ingredient list that we use, it just kind of blew my mind. So thought it'd be an interesting tidbit to put in here for you guys.